Okay, this is just a quick video going over some of the ways that I have been using the content bank that is available through Moodle. And so this summer, after I'd gone through QM, I had seen there was a lot of embedded questions that were in the lessons that we did. And I was starting to write some books in the modules, and I wanted to have it be more interactive. And so I talked with Betty, and she helped me figure some things out. But one thing that she did tell me was that there are a lot of types of questions that she believes are not ADA compliant. And so she wasn't sure if we were allowed to use all the different types of questions. And so she had told me that the fill in the blank and the drag and drop words and the multiple choice, she was fairly certain were ADA compliant, but she wasn't sure about some of the others. So I'm not sure about all the different choices. So these are just the ones that I used first. So for my course, I had to add content bank as one of my menu items on the side. So if it's not there, you have to go down to add a block and add the content bank. And then you should be able to see this in all your courses. So I'm just in the general chemistry Moodle site. So when you click on it, this is where you need to write your questions. And so here's all the ones that I have for all my classes. So this is, all of them are showing up. And so if I write it in this one, in this class, I'll be able to see it in my content bank. And if I want to choose it in a different class, I can go to the content bank of the other class. So if I add, so we have all these different kinds, and I'm just going to start with the drag the words. And so this is one of the ones that she said that was ADA compliant. And so you want to have, of course, an idea of what it is that you're doing, and you want to call it something that hopefully you can remember. And so I'm just going to make this be molecular geometry shapes. And the text of these, they have to be just numbers, punctuation, or letters. I haven't found a way in the text in order to do things like superscripts and subscripts. So this is bold, italics, underline, and I thought that might have been a subscript, but it's not. And so I'm going to call this choose the correct molecular shape. Okay, so when you type the text, you can do multiple questions, but you would use an asterisk, and then you would put the answer, and then you would close that asterisk, and that would be what you would drag. So that would be the answer. And so, for example, for this one, for my first question, if I put an atom that has 2 lone pairs and 3 atoms bonded to it, has a, and then I'm going to choose the little star, a seesaw, and so that's the answer. And so I'll put those in stars. Molecular geometry. Okay. Then an atom that has 1 lone pair and 3 atoms bonded to it has a trigonal pyramid molecular geometry. Okay, so then you can put here like what you want the feedback to be, like what kind of message you want. And then anything else, like the behavior setting, like if they can retry, if they can show me the solution, if you get instant feedback, if you want to see that feedback, you click on that. And then you can hit save. And I put that in quotation marks. So you instantly see that. So if you make a mistake, then it won't show up correctly. So I need to go back and hit edit. And I'll go back down here and change the quotation marks to the little stars. And then hit save again. Okay, so this is drag and drop. An atom that has 2 lone pairs and 3 bonded atoms, the student would just drag this to there, and it would drag this to there, and then they could check it. And you can have as many questions as you want, but again, the only thing that I've been able to see that you can put in here are numbers and regular letters and symbols. And so images, these are just drag and drop words, and she advised me to do this since it was ADA compliant, and we wanted to make sure that they were ADA compliant. And so I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to add another one. And so this one I'm going to choose fill in the blank. Okay, so I'm going to put number of valence electrons. Okay, so provide the total valence electrons for each substance. And so again, the answer would be in the little asterisks, and if you make a mistake, you'll immediately see it, and you can see that there's no right answer there. And so carbon tetrabromide, and it has 26 valence electrons. Water has 8. So I put that in stars, valence electrons. And you want to make it kind of simple so that they don't have to like spell out a bunch of words. Sulfur hexafluoride has, let's see, 48 valence electrons. So I can keep going, but I'm going to go ahead and just save this so we can see if I've done this correctly or not. And so there is a space where I wanted it to be. So again, if you make a mistake and you don't like put the star at the end, it wouldn't be there. So here I'm going to put, I'm just going to make up some numbers. So I'm just going to put random numbers in here that are wrong. And I'll put one of them that's right. And I'll just do that one there. And you check, and I got 2 of them wrong. And so I can retry, and it'll clear them all out. And then if I still check, okay, I still got that one wrong. So if I get tired of it, you can just show the solution, and then it shows me it's 48. Okay, so that one's closed. I'm pretty sure that the multiple choice is ADA compliant. I had not done any of these, but what I did find out with the multiple choice is that it does allow you a little bit more choice in how you write your text. And so for this one, I'm going to put hybridization. And I'm just going to choose this hybridization 1. Okay. And so this does have superscripts and subscripts, which is what I need for one of these. And you can do superscripts and subscripts down here too. And so I need superscripts and subscripts to ask this question. And so an element that has a tetrahedral geometry has a hybridization of, and the answer is SP superscript 3. Okay, and that one's correct. And so the other choices would be SP, SP2, SP3D. Okay, and I'm just going to save. So this is just like each question you have to do just a regular multiple choice, but these seem a lot easier than the Moodle questions when you do a multiple choice, because that was much quicker. And so here we go. Tetrahedral geometry has an SP3, and I can check it, and I got it right. But then I would have to write another question. So how do we put these into Moodle? The only way that I have found so far is to put them in a book. And so this will go in my molecular geometry module. And so I'm going to open up the book that I wrote, and I'm going to go to the valence electrons. And so I now have a valence electron question. And so if you open up the window here, you can see there's HP5. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to browse. And so I want to go down to my content bank. And I wrote those in this class. And so I can go down to my number of valence electrons. I already forgotten what I called it. Okay, and then I insert it. And all you see is this. And so if you save the changes, then you can see it. It's right here. And then if I want to put the molecular geometry information, let me see if this is the right page. Hybridization. This is my hybridization page. Then I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to add it right after 2 domains, and there's 3 domains, and there's 4 domains. So I'll edit. I'll just put it at the bottom for now after my video. So I open that back up, HP5, and browse. And I have hybridization question 1, and insert it. I save the changes, and I go down. There's the question that I just wrote. I have some ones that I had written before, and once I put this in the book, and then I imported everything at the beginning of the semester. The things that I had put in the content bank during the summer were still there. So it imported also. And so here's a question that I asked, that I wrote earlier. So like what kind of bonding these have. So I would drag this over to copper metal for metallic bonds. And this helium has no bonds. Copper 2 oxide has ionic, and silicon has covalent. And then I can check them.